Hello everyone, this is the Byte Size from Maximus FPV, featuring the Super S F4 flight stack, DYS 1102 10,000 kV motors, Jim Fan 2040 props, 25 milliwatt 48 channel camera and VTX. It weighs just a touch over 41 grams. Motor post to motor post, I'm getting 85 millimeters. The arms are over 4 millimeters wide. Bottom plate looks to be 2 millimeters. I flew it on this G&B 2S 450 milliamp battery. So I've had the little Byte Size quite a while, and I should start off with the fact that the flight that we're looking at, one of the few flights I could actually find, I flew this fairly bit. This is actually a tuning flight, as you might tell. I'm just kind of putzing around, but we'll get after it here a bit in a minute. I'm testing my tune just a touch to see if it's way off or whatnot. But Adam Baum built this for me. He built this when if you remember back in August, I had hernia surgery. Yay! But that's all better now, and I had commissioned him to build this little guy for me. So if you're looking for a build out there, and maybe it's your first quad, or maybe you've been buying bind and flies and you've got one that needs repair, but you're not sure quite what to do, not only does he do builds, but he also does repairs. And you can find him on Facebook. He is under Adam Baum FPV, and if you have any troubles, I'll put a link down below to his Facebook page. You can friend him, send him a message, and commission him to build your own. I think his rates are very reasonable, and his build quality is top-notch. He does some really nice things. He oftentimes will conformal coat some quads for you. I'm sure you could request that, and he'd probably do it for you for a few dollars. I don't know what it actually costs, because usually when he tells me how much it's going to cost to build, I don't haggle with him or anything. I just pay him and go forward. But that punch we see right there, that surprised me for a little 2S quad. I was pretty happy with how this little guy flew. And I think the thing that really strikes me about this is oftentimes with 2S, we're flying 2S on much heavier machines. Remember, the dry weight of this was about, it's a little over 41 grams, I think I measured. And you'll notice some chop. My tune isn't great, but I've been flying it, and I haven't been doing a very good job of keeping track of my recordings. So this is one of the few recordings where I thought the flight turned out pretty well. Got a little awkward orbit as well. But it flies pretty good, and it's actually pretty quick. And I think where this kind of fits into our flying fleet is, one, it's going to be a lot safer to fly around other people. So if you're not into the 2S whoopers, this is another good category. And I should mention that I've seen pictures recently where Maximus has designed a prop guard for this, I believe, or one that looks just about like this. The other thing it's going to probably get to you is the flight time. We're going to have quite a long flight, and this is, again, just on a little 450 milliamp G&B 2S battery. Good performance, good punch, actually kind of surprising. I'm sorry I don't have flight audio. This is a machine that I didn't know if I was going to review it or not, because I don't review everything. And I kind of thought, you know, this deserves its day in the sun as well. And I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of it, because from time to time I do have people asking me about 2S builds. And for me, I'm always looking for performance. This has got to be one of the higher performing 2S builds that I've flown. Most of the other 2S builds are usually prop guarded, and they're kind of heavy, and they're made for maybe training purposes. We do have a crash coming up in this flight to kind of prove its durability. I clip a tree with a motor prop, and it doesn't have any ill effects on the carbon whatsoever. So he's using what appears to be some good quality carbon. And I'll link his website down below in the video description if you want to go investigate. I know for a time he was kind of out of stock, but he was relocating, I think, and that kind of put him behind the 8 ball as far as keeping his web shop stocked with products for people to purchase. I do like the prop. I kind of like the whistle that they make, and I know I'm talking about something I don't have audio of, but if you've heard these props before, you'll know what I'm talking about. It has a different tone and a different pitch. You can change props to a different 2S prop that might be a little less noisy. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you might already know. But I kind of like the little whistling action. It doesn't sound menacing, so if you're flying it at a neighborhood park or something like that, these props won't sound like they're going to tear anybody's arm off or anything of that nature. And I'm not really showing off its acrobatic capabilities in this particular flight. Unfortunately, we just had the one punch and dive over the house. We've got a few rolls here and there, and my flight style is just to shoot gaps and race around the backyard. You might, there's the crash. That was a direct hit, and we are going to take off here in just a moment. but our flight is just about done. You can see we're at 3.65, 3.6 as we get going here a little bit, and our flight time is over 4 minutes. You could definitely fly this with a larger battery. It's going to reduce the agility a little bit, but depending upon your space and your skill set, it may be just fine. I wouldn't say go above a 550 on the 2S front. I think after you get much higher than that, it's probably going to feel a little lunky because we are dealing with just 2-inch props. But thankfully, the quad is quite light. So if you're looking for a 2S build and you want to have one commissioned and have Adam Baum build it for you, or you're looking to build it itself, I would definitely hit that link down below to maximusfpv.com and check out the frames that he has available. He has more than just these, and his frames are always very stylish. He uses a lot of bright colors that are very attractive, and his printer is really tuned in. His prints come out just, I don't know. I've never had a print turn out as well as his. He definitely knows what he's doing on the printer front. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or otherwise, please let me know in the section down below. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.